This show is sponsored by MidasResources.com, your trusted source for precious metals since 1996. Call Midas today at 1-800-686-2237.
What is up, friends? Good morning and greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado, registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality, to your health, to your well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That's why we're here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is always a healing system, a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis, and while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we are here for you on The Bright Side. We welcome your calls. 855-660-4261 is our call-in number, 855-660-4261. Let us help you change your life today. If you're on medications, if you're not feeling as well as you should, we can help you. 855-660-4261 is our number. If you have questions about the longevity products or formulations, skincare ingredients, something you may have read about in the newspaper, we can help you. 855-660-4261 is our number. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear us advertise on The Bright Side, you can head over to my website, brightsideben.com, brightsideben.com. Check out our shopping cart. All the longevity products are up at brightsideben.com. You can also click on the Join the Team link. For a one-time $10 fee, you can start a longevity business, earn some money selling longevity products. They sell themselves. And, of course, you can also get your products at the wholesale price. Offer a one-time $10 fee. Click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, or you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. All right. Well, we've been talking about protein and wound healing and the amino acid arginine and other wound healing kinds of elements, wound supplements that you can use for wound healing. We haven't even touched on vitamin E yet, and zinc and vitamin A. All those are very important for wound healing too. We've been talking arginine and nitrogen. I got a lot to say about the nitrogen compound that comes from arginine. It's actually a kind of hormone. It's involved in the circulatory system. It's involved in the healing process. Maybe especially important for folks dealing with connective tissue diseases. But we'll continue that probably tomorrow or maybe the day after. I want to talk a little bit about depression. And by depression, I'm not talking about sadness. Depression is a chronic condition that's always present. Sadness is a normal response to life, some kind of occurrence, something that happens in our life. It's episodic. It's related to episodes, related to life experience. Sadness comes and goes. And the way our world is, the way our lives are, it's not abnormal. It's not even unhealthy to feel sad. Sadness is a normal human emotion. Sadness is short-term. Sadness is responsive to events. Depression, on the other hand, is different. Depression is always there. Depression is chronic. Depression is really not affected, for the most part, by events or conditions. It's a long-term chronic issue. And because it's not a response, because it's not based on actual events, true depression never goes away. And because it's not a response, and because it's not based on events in our life necessarily, it tends to become medicalized. And there's lots of money to be made in medicalizing emotions, in medicalizing depression. Depression is not really a health issue, a physical health issue. It's a mental health issue, perhaps, but it's a little bit different. Depression involves the way we think. It's not organic. It's not biochemical largely, although there may be biochemical elements. Depression is a closing off to life. It represents a contraction of the life force. It literally means depress, literally means to press down. Depression means we're pressing down. Depression is a pressing down. It's a contraction of feeling. The opposite of depression is expression, and that means to press out. It's a type of expansion, opening up to feeling, opening up to life, a welcoming of life and a welcoming of experiences. And depression is the opposite. This has its correlates in how we hold our body. If you're out there and you're depressed, try holding your body differently and watch what happens. When we're depressed, not only is our mind and our emotions and the way we respond to life contracted, but our bodies are contracted too. When we're depressed, our bodies are closed off. Our postures are closed off. It's very difficult to be depressed and stand tall and have your chest out and be breathing deeply and have to and be smiling. There's actually a relationship between the muscles in your face, especially the muscles in your mouth area, and how you feel emotionally. If you're really depressed out, if you're out there and you're thinking, oh man, I'm depressed, life sucks, I don't know what I'm going to do, try smiling, mechanically forcing your lips upward, and you'll notice just by forcing your lips upward, you're actually going to feel better. Why? Because there are neurotransmitters, brain chemicals that are connected to the muscles. And simply by turning your muscles up, you can help change the biochemistry of depression. I'm not telling you you're going to automatically not be depressed just by smiling, but I'm just telling you there's a relationship between how our bodies are, the contraction or expansion state of our bodies from a physical standpoint, and how we feel. Last week, as most of you know by now, Robin Williams killed himself. He was depressed, supposedly, and unfortunately, when you're depressed, killing yourself seems like a good idea. You know, suicide is now the leading cause of non-disease deaths. It's taken over from car accidents. More people kill themselves intentionally than die in car accidents. Nearly 40,000 people a year think it's a good idea to commit suicide. Interestingly, although Robin Williams was depressed for years, according to the autopsy report, the way he killed himself with a belt hanging from his closet door. He was a seated position. He had some superficial cuts on his wrist. All this implies that it was a spur-of-the-moment decision. It wasn't well thought out. He just got this idea to go kill himself. It wasn't carefully planned. His spontaneous voice in his head told him to go out and commit suicide. And that voice, that is a real interesting little factor. The voice that commanded Robin Williams to take his life is really, in my opinion, the key to understanding much of our mental health issues, whether it's depression or suicidal thoughts or anxiety. A lot of what happens in terms of what we call emotional disorders or mental diseases, mental health issues, is really about a voice in our heads talking to us and telling us and narrating for us what the world is like, what our reality is like. And not only are most of us at the mercy of what this voice tells us, and behind every single one of our mental or emotional health issues, and even many of our physical health issues, you're going to find a story that's told by a voice in our head. But what's even worse than the fact that this voice has so much control over us is the fact that most of us we don't even know we have this voice. We've never really isolated this voice. We think we're the voice. We don't even know that there's a separate voice in our head. In fact, right now, that voice might be saying to some of you guys, what voice? There's no voice in my head. That pharmacist Ben, he's crazy. What does he know? I am really depressed. He doesn't know anything. That's the voice. If you're hearing that right in your head right now, congratulations, you have just identified the voice. The take-home message here is the voice is not us. It's going to tell us what to do. It's going to interpret our environment. It's going to tell us how the world is and what our boss said to us and how he shouldn't have done that. And our wife should be different. Our husband or boyfriend should be different than the way they are. But we're not the voice. We're the ones who listen to the voice. Although, unfortunately, instead of merely listening, we identify with the voice. We think we are the voice, and when the voice tells us something, we think we are actually saying something. As soon as we stop paying attention, as soon as we stop listening to this voice, paying attention to this voice, as soon as we decide, hey, I don't think I'm going to listen to you anymore, voice, then the voice is going to tell us how crazy we are for not listening to it, all in an attempt to get its power back. So step number one, if you're dealing with mental health issues, if you're dealing with depression, if you're dealing with anxiety, is to notice that the depression or the anxiety or the anger or whatever the mental issue is really just a mental idea that's being told to us by some kind of verbalization or some kind of vocalization in our heads. How do we know we're depressed? The voice is telling us. You can call it a thought, but because it's verbal and because it's vocalized, I call it the voice. All right, hang tight. I'm going to tell you a good way to really find the voice if you're out there and you're thinking, what the heck is this guy talking about? I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We're coming back after this with more good health information. Don't go away.
Mike Stenerson for Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
Have you ever noticed how many sick and miserable people there are? I'm serious. I'm talking about people of all ages who have conditions and diseases which affect their quality of life. Most of them seem to have one thing in common: polypharmacy. That is, dependence on multiple prescription drugs with side effects that actually make them sicker and sicker, not healthy. The good news is that people are waking up to the fact that if you supply your body with all of the nutrients it requires, you will feel better, be healthier, and have a better life. It's important to know that Beyond Tangy Tangerine is the most amazing, great tasting, comprehensive nutritional supplement. Besides supplying all the vitamins our bodies need, it also supplies the necessary minerals that are required for the vitamins to kick in. Look, folks, I'm hooked on it, and I think if you try it, you'll become hooked. This stuff really works. That's why I'm urging you to make it part of your daily health regimen. Visit InfoWarsTeam.com to secure your canister of Beyond Tangy Tangerine today. Sign up for auto ship and save on shipping costs. That's Beyond Tangy Tangerine at InfoWarsTeam.com.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, you can now purchase a one-of-a-kind product not available anywhere else. A meatless burger dry mix in 4 delicious flavors. With our new Oregon Trail Foods vegan burgers, all you do is add water and fry. They need no refrigeration. They're packaged in Mylar bags with an oxygen absorber for a long shelf life. They're non-GMO. They're gluten, soy, nut, and chemical-free, but they're loaded with flavor. And a good source of carbs and protein, yet low in sodium. Flavors include Italian, spicy Mexican, 6 vegetable, and black bean olive. Go to 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 541-229-0010 and order today. Eat them every day, take them camping, or save them for an emergency. Check them out at 30dayfoodsupply.com and click on the vegan burger icon. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com, where all of our products are produced in Oregon by Oregon Trail Foods. 30dayfoodsupply.com.
Great minds think alike. The network for the independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on the archive page at brightsideben.com. You can also search benfuchsarchives.com. Thank you to Peter in the UK for setting that up. Just punch a subject, topic, a nutrient, or a product into the search engine, and you'll get all the shows where we talked about that particular subject, and all the shows are also tagged and labeled. Thank you again to Peter in the UK for setting that up. And then also want to remind you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com. Thank you to Robert Lundgren, my webmaster, who does